What's going on, everybody? We are back for another episode of the Brotherhood Connect. Very excited about tonight's guest, and we're going to jump right into it. I know everybody is in the comments. Looks like we have a lot of people here ready for the show, so let's get right to it. Tonight's guest is none other than the Grayson Allen, Memphis Grizzly, 2015 national champion, McDonald's All-American, Grayson Allen. Let's bring him up. What's up,
What's up?
G? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Yeah, staying busy. What you doing during this time to stay busy, keep your mind right?
I've been in Memphis the whole time, so I've been rehabbing. So I've actually had it kind of nice. So I've been able to use the facilities because I was out for the year. So I've been doing some rehab, and then outside of that, I've been gaming. Streaming on Twitch, like literally right when we went under quarantine. I've been keeping myself busy with that.
Yeah, which your go-to game is what? Call of Duty, right?
I play Apex the most probably, and then Call of Duty second to that.
Apex?
Yeah, Apex Legends.
I've never even heard of that one.
It's a battle royale game too, so it's like the last team alive wins basically.
Okay. I seen you teamed up with you teamed up with Trey, Cam. Y'all did Battle of the Blues, right?
Yeah, we won that one.
Who'd y'all go against?
So we played Villanova the first time, and that was Jalen Brunson. I'm gonna forget a bunch of guys.
Yep. Doesn't matter. Y'all won.
Yep. Doesn't matter. And then in the championship, we actually played against UNC's team, and we beat them. We went to, I think it was like a best of 5. We went to 5 games though, and we won.
I knew y'all were gonna beat them because Bryce Johnson was with them. Yeah. And I've been at his crib watching him play, and he isn't very good.
Yeah.
But no, man. No, it's good to see you. We're gonna jump right into it, man, with 2015 national championship game, and just take a trip down memory lane. So, what was that team like? Like, obviously, the championship teams are always different, always close. But in your head, what was that team like? What made y'all champions?
Well, definitely how together we were. That's what made us champions. We had like the talent and the ability to win, and we just kind of had to put it together. I think it was midway through the year that we really put it together. But once we did, it was it's every time you step out on the floor, you know what you're going to get from everybody on the team, and if if one guy doesn't bring it, there's always someone there to pick them up.
I think that right there is definitely kind of leads right into you getting to the Final Four. And all year long, I used to always hear about how you practice and how you stayed ready. Let's touch on that first before we get to the game. Like, how did you just stay mentally ready? Like, you played good minutes your freshman year, but like obviously you weren't playing major minutes, but you played good minutes. Like, so you stayed ready. How was your mindset all year?
So I at first it was tough to keep confidence in myself, because you go there and I just wasn't used to like not playing. So beginning of the year you're not playing, and then you slowly have to realize and almost convince yourself that just because you're not playing, like it's not a knock on me. It's like, look who we have out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quinn, Tyus, Justice, Matt, Emil, Ja. Like, I got great guys ahead of me, so it's nothing to be ashamed of, right? So once you kind of get that in your head, then it's like, okay, well, now how can I find my way? Like, what's my way to like help this team? And it started by just being me in practice, and then once I like strung some good practices together and was a good practice player, then I was like, okay, like I belong, I can do this in games. And then had a few good games later in the year, and then always just kept that mentality. Like, first time we played Wisconsin, I didn't even get in the game. I'll remember that, like, about the year. Like, first time we played them, didn't even get in the game, was happy as ever for our team. Second time we played them, I was ready.
Yeah, second time you played them, you did this. Hold on, we got.
You got to show some emotion. Look at this effort, and we've seen this kid slants. As Allen trying to take it on his own, and a foul. Allen on a fifth-year senior, driving in on him, putting it up.
Tough shot.
And it drops again.
Great offense always trumps great defense.
So that's what you did the second time.
Yeah.
So what was that? What was that like? Like you're obviously you had a good game versus Michigan State as well. But you're in a national championship game now. I was there watching. My stomach was hurting. I was so nervous watching that game. Like, what was that like being in that moment, making all those big plays, diving for loose ball? You yell, "Let's go!" You really get the team going. Like, what just talk about that moment.
Yeah, I still like I don't have, and like as more years go by, like I don't have memories of like actually being in that game. You know, like all the memories I have of it are like from highlights I've seen. Like oh, that happened. You know, so I think it was just such a shock, and I was just like so in the moment at the time. Like I didn't have time to stop and be like, man, this is a national championship game. You know, like this and this are happening. Like I just got in and was ready to go. And I honestly didn't think I was going to play at all. And we played in the Elite Eight against, like I'd been playing a little bit and I'd been in the rotation a little bit for a few minutes, but we played Gonzaga and I maybe played 2 minutes. And then we played Michigan State in the Final Four. I played more, but we like had a good lead. We blew them out. So I was like, I got in at the end there, made some good plays. Like, national championship game, I'm like, okay, they got it, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get called in, but at the same time, like I was confident and ready, and thankfully I was able to go in there and make some plays. Like I have no like memory of it at all, but it worked out.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's big time stuff. If you had to give a piece of advice to a let's say a Duke player, I was gonna say a high school kid, but let's just talk to a Duke player who might see this, who's maybe not playing the minutes. What advice would you give to him to just about staying ready?
I think the first thing you have to do is you have to put yourself in perspective, and just because you're not getting minutes on Duke, like that doesn't mean you suck or you're not a good player or whatever you're doing is wrong, right? So there's only a select few people that get offered to Duke, and then there's only a select few that get to go to Duke. And within that select few, you're in an elite company of basketball players who every single guy that goes there where they came from, they were the best. Mm-hmm. And so you not playing on that team is like your recruiting class or college equivalents of like not playing on an Olympic team or a USA team, right? Like that's how you have to look at it. Like you're playing with some of the other best high school recruits, best players in college basketball. You not playing on that team is like, you know, like being on the Olympic team and not playing, right? Like that's what it is for your level. So if you're on the Olympic team, you're still really good. So if you get to go in, like whoever you're matching up against, whoever you're with, you got to have that confidence that you can play, you can go at them and still be yourself.
No, absolutely. So let's talk now about your growth. Obviously, from that championship game, you took off, had an amazing career. So just talk about your growth from freshman to senior year, and you know how your game evolved, just how you evolved as a person in your 4 years.
I think a lot of it was maturity. Like on the court, it's just making the game easier. Where you know, we see in like the championship game in early in my sophomore year, like just tough buckets, right? Like driving hard, doing athletic things, and trying to score. And like, you know, to become like a 20-point scorer, you got to be able to get some easy ones, right? So learning the game was a big part, and a big part of that was like learning to think out there like coach does when he watches film for hours on hours, and trying to think like that through the game, and just improving skills. Like I remember working with Coach Shire on different floaters. It's like, okay, you drive right like this many times, they're going to cut you off. Now you have to have a counter. You got to be able to go left, adding all these different things to the game, watching a lot of film and seeing where spots can become easy. And then the other part of the game, which is like the talking, leadership, and having that like demeanor out there, is like a complete 360 from my freshman year. Like first time I talked my freshman year was in the national championship game. And then my senior year, if I wasn't talking out there, things weren't good, right? There had to be like a lot of growth out there for sure.
Your boy Justice in here.
Debo, what up, Just?
Y'all teammates now.
Yeah, Ty.
And Tyus and Dave McClure. How cool is that?
It's cool. I'm like, we haven't had the chance to play together yet, which sucks because Tyus has been out there, but as soon as Justice came over, I was already hurt, and then Justice was getting back from an injury too. So it'll be cool whenever we're back up and going again that we can get out there at the same time.
I can't wait. Best believe I'm coming down there to watch y'all play. Can't wait to see all y'all on the court together again. That's gonna be cool. Maybe we can get Ja over there too, and then Quinn might as well. a Mill too. Get everybody down there. Y'all have a great team. But nah, that's cool, man. So let's talk about your roommate. You roomed with J-Rob.
Yep.
What year was that? That was your senior year. You roomed with J-Rob?
Yeah. Pretty much my year too.
What were your thoughts on his end of the season?
He was incredible, but I think everyone who's around J-Rob, like J-Rob has these spurts in practice where it's like, you know, if you're outside the program, you like see J-Rob as a walk-on or someone who came on the team as a walk-on, but everyone around J-Rob can hoop, J-Rob can play.
Absolutely.
And whatever he brings, whatever it is, whether it's knocking down shots, blocking shots, like he'll jump after everything and block it, rebound, playing hard, leading, whatever it is, like he's solid and it's going to be consistent. He's going to do it every time. So not a shock, but I was so happy for him.
Yeah. He's a big time and high IQ too.
Yeah.
He's smart. He knows the game like crazy. So that was big time. Give me your favorite memory as a Duke student.
Oh man. As a student, right? So like off the court.
Off the court, and it can be L.DOC. It can be anything now.
the first I'll never forget the first L.DOC. The first L.DOC was so much fun. We had
who'd y'all have?
Especially Jeremiah.
Okay.
And especially because we were there like after the hype of winning it all.
Oh yeah.
Like we're still on high, and then like all of campus is going crazy, and then like us the four freshmen at the time, like that being our first L.DOC too, and having no idea what to expect. That's like unmatched for sure.
Yeah. Nah. Anybody who doesn't know what L.DOC is, that's last day of class. So it's a big celebration on campus. Everybody just goes out there and has a long, fun day.
Yeah, the classes aren't the focus that day.
They are not the focus at all. Most professors do the right thing and just cancel class, but there are some professors that decide to have class.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So as a student athlete, what would you say were some of your biggest challenges? You know, balancing school and basketball, time management. Like, what were some of your biggest challenges?
Just figuring out like your scheduling. Like, there's so many things you want to do, right? Like you want to work, like you have basketball, which takes up a lot of your day. Then you want to get extra work in, whatever that is. And then you have class, you have work, and then you also want to be a student, hang out with friends. So like there's all three of those aspects. There's not a lot of time to fit all that in. And so you have to learn how to manage that. And then get your sleep at the same time. Like it's near impossible to do everything. So you got to be very smart with how you schedule things. And I felt like it was really nice to be there in the summer before the fall semester actually started, just because I kind of not even figured it out, but at least had some kind of idea of, you know, what being a college kid was going to be like.
Yep. So what was your favorite game besides the national championship game? Because obviously, you know, that's number one. What's your favorite game?
I have a few. Like,
okay.
The first ones that pop into mind are freshman year game, UNC at home.
Yep. Yeah.
That was a big comeback.
Yeah. Yep.
Sophomore year at home against UVA, the buzzer beater.
Yep. Hold on. I think
end this 21-year losing skid at Cameron Indoor. In for Plumlee.
He'll come back and he'll get
Allen. Got to get a shot up.
He's going to try to get fouled.
He drives it. No whistle. He banks it in at the buzzer.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Then I think it was my sophomore year again. Sophomore year at UNC.
Okay.
Luke hit a big shot, and then we closed it out with like a really good defensive possession at the end to get the win.
Mm-hmm.
And then the senior night game, which like looking back at that game was way too close for comfort because we had to have a nice comeback in that one too, which I did not want to lose my senior night game.
Yeah. Nah, there's nothing like ending your time in Cameron versus Carolina with a win.
For sure.
That's a very special way. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do that. My last game was against Clemson. So it flips every year. So I wish it was versus Carolina. I always say, man, I wish it was versus Carolina for senior night. But
yeah, just end that way.
Yeah, it is what it is. So
then you go back there for your last game though.
Yeah. And we lost.
Oh.
We lost, but we got them back a week later in the ACC tournament.
Yeah,
when we played them, and we got them good too. So it felt like I got the good payback on them. So give me your favorite Coach K story. Favorite memory.
The funniest one that always sticks out is when we came back after we won my freshman year, and Coach K told everybody his favorite artist was Meek Mill, and he knew all the words to Dreams and Nightmares because we had played it in the locker room before every game that year. So in all the speeches that Coach gives like afterwards, when he's addressing the students or whoever else, like he would always tell everyone Meek Mill is his favorite artist.
Wait, so you're saying he knew the lyrics to it?
Oh yeah, I don't know if he still does. But he definitely knew at least half the song.
Oh man, we gotta get Meek to a game. Just and then we gotta hear Coach after the game rap it.
I don't think Coach liked us because we wanted to listen to music like literally right up to either his speech or right up to when we went out. I don't remember, but at first I don't think he liked how like he wanted the music to stop sooner, like maybe 10 minutes, and like he wanted us to be like focused or whatever. But then after a while he realized that's what was getting us focused. So he let that ride for the rest of the year.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I thought I was finished.
He's probably in the kitchen, and they're like, "That's funny." Well, now probably because we play music all the way up until like right until the marquee comes in at.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. So tonight we're gonna jump real quick into our new addition to the Brotherhood Connect. I guess we're gonna call it Fan Love. We're gonna call it Fan Love because last night a fan tweeted me this tweet right here: bring Duke fans on the Brotherhood Connect with some past goats like JJ Redick, and let's call it a night and chat about it. So I was up, I saw it, reached out, and here he is.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, Rick? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you on here, man. So tell us a little about yourself, man. How long you been a Duke fan? Who got you into loving Duke?
Well, I've probably been a Duke fan since the late 90s. I grew up in Buffalo, so I always had that connection to Leitner. But really, it was that Battier, Jay Williams era that really got me, falling in love with Duke University overall. That's how it started, really.
Yep. Okay. So, what you got? Any questions for G?
Yeah, I know one question that I have, and probably a ton of Duke fans do have as well, is what brought you back to Duke after your stellar sophomore season? I know most people probably thought that your NBA draft stock was kind of at a high point there. So I just want to know what your thoughts were at that time frame.
Yes. My sophomore year, I didn't think about leaving for the NBA that much. I kind of knew, even going through the whole year, like towards, midway through the season, everyone's saying I could leave, but I knew that year I didn't want to go. It was actually after my junior year that I thought about it the most. Just because, I was one class away from graduating. Like, I had come back and, been a leader my junior year. The season didn't end the way we wanted, but I still thought, overall, like, as a team, we progressed well throughout the year. And, it had been a year back, and I had kind of entered that season in the back of my mind thinking, like, okay, this could be my last one. Like, this could be the one. So I was actually closer after my junior year than my sophomore year. I maybe thought about it for a week just to, like, force myself to actually think about it for a week, but I never actually considered leaving.
For sure. All right, that's interesting. And then I kind of have a little fun one for you. If you had to pick a past Blue Devil to play with during your career at Duke, so it had to be anybody obviously before your class, who would you have? Or who would you pick?
Dang, that's a good one.
That is good. That's a great one.
You know me as a scorer. I'm trying to think of a point guard to play with.
Yeah, I would have passed to you.
Yeah, you would have.
I averaged 5, but you probably need somebody that was more like in the 7-8 range to get yours off.
I would have guessed like maybe JJ or something. You and JJ on the wings.
JJ might be the most fun to play with just because of like how incredible he was, one, and then like how like dominant he was for a stretch, I guess you could say. Like, everybody knew he was coming off screens and shooting threes, and he still did it every single game. Like, he still got threes off, which is incredible. I always joke, I joke with Tyus sometimes, like, I wish Tyus would have stayed 4 years. Been for 4 years. Like, I think my sophomore year, even like my junior year, like, we would have had incredible teams. Just have another point guard in there who's experienced. It's hard to think back and pick just one. But then, like, I also think of guys who are wings, and because I always had a lot of fun playing with, like, while I was there, it was Justice, then Brandon, then Jason. Like, we always had some wing who could play every single position, basically. So I think it would be a lot of fun if, like, Shane or Grant were in there, too. Playing with one of them would be crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guards. Yeah, you're right, Jennifer. There's a lot of guards to choose from. For sure. Rick, you got another question for G?
Yeah, I guess after the title game, did Coach K address you individually at all, like whether it be in private? And if he did, what did he say? Just obviously based off your performance in that game.
I don't think he did. I don't know.
Good job.
There's some, like, I vaguely remember, like, the sequence of events, like, of that whole night. Like, afterwards, like, after we go right to the hotel, and then there's a ton of people there waiting for us. So you're making your way through this crowd of people, and there's everybody there congratulating us. And I think Coach gave a short talk there as everyone was congratulating us, and then we all, like, kind of went up to our hotel rooms and started and continued to celebrate there. But I don't think there was ever, I don't know, I think it was going by too fast. I don't think there was the moment to do that, really.
It probably was. There's so much going on.
After the fact, we had, like, a couple of times, like, where we talked about the game, but also, like, you knowing Coach too, like, Coach maybe a week after is, like, he's still loving the fact that we won, but he is already on to, like, how can we win again next year?
Yeah. That makes sense.
There's not much time to look back.
Yeah. I got one more for you though. What's the best thing about being a Duke basketball player?
You just get everything. Like the full experience of being a college student. You get I mean, Duke is an amazing campus to be a student at. And then on top of that, you have probably the best place that you can go play basketball in the world, playing for the best coach on the biggest stage, with Duke being maybe the biggest college basketball brand. Like there's so many things that go into play. And then, you know, being there, you have the best facilities, you get the best food. Like it's a great thing. Like you're spoiled being a Duke basketball player. So you have to remind yourself to be appreciative a lot and not get that spoiled attitude, you know, like you have everything. And then on top of that, you have the best coach, one of the best schools, like everything is there for you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. Rick, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you reaching out on Twitter.
Yeah. And thank you for having me on.
To all the fans, thank Rick, because now we're gonna start something dope just like this to keep it going, man. Fan love, for real.
Yeah. Thanks for chatting, Grayson.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we got another guest coming up, another big time fan, big time lover of Duke basketball, and he has one of the best Duke collections I think I've ever seen. A lot of signed jerseys, memorabilia, shoes, a little bit of everything. Pants from Christian Laettner. Jason Bluss, what's up, Jay?
How's it going, Nolan? Hey, Grayson.
Doing all right?
What's up?
You got a big time collection over there.
I try, pick up everything I can see.
Yeah, what's your favorite item?
It might be the Grayson McDonald Slam Dunk jersey that he wore.
So the Grayson J. Will jersey.
Yeah.
Nah, I remember that. Is that the one? No. That wasn't the McDonald's game where the dude was in the stands going crazy. Where was that? What was that, G?
That was a different dunk contest.
That was somewhere down in Florida, right?
Dang, where was that? It was in Duncanville, Texas, I think.
that one had me tripping. He was going crazy.
No, so me and so Jason was at the McDonald's dunk contest and wasn't even playing before. I don't even know how I got the jersey.
I ended up sitting next to Jaleel's dad and his uncle, and I had the jersey. I was going to have Jason sign it, and they grabbed it from me, gave it to Justice, who gave it to you. And you win and you're gone. I had to chase you down.
That's funny. Well, Jason, you have any questions for G?
I mean, it's hard. You guys have been talking for like 30 minutes. Tell me some stuff about video games, Grayson.
You can ask me about this gross beard I'm trying to grow over here during.
I was wondering about that. They don't have shavers in Memphis.
No, I'm really lazy when it comes to cutting this because I've never had facial hair, and then this just kind of sprouts out. And so after about a month went by, I was like, you know, I'm not going out and saying hey to anybody. Like, let's just see how gross this can get. Like, let's see where it goes. So I've just continued to go with it. My mom, Morgan, my girlfriend, they want me to shave it so bad, but I kind of just want to see what happens to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I haven't had a haircut. I mean, Nolan's looking fresh, but
I did it. I did it myself. Jason, so how many years have you been to K Academy?
5.
Who's been your favorite coach? Who have you had? Do you know who all the head coaches you've had?
I had Gene Banks my first year. He was really good.
Yep.
Ala was my assistant, and Sean Kelly. So I remained friends with Ala and Sean.
Yep.
So I like them a lot. We were also the team that was on ESPN when we hit the buzzer beater. It wasn't me, but I was on the team.
Yep. Hey, you're part of it. You're a part of it. You were in the moment.
Then I had Nate. Or I had Chris Carroll my second year.
Yep.
Nate James, we made it to the semifinals or finals that year and lost to Shire.
Yep.
My 4th year, drawing a blank on that. And then my 5th year, I couldn't play. I hurt my knee. So I was coaching with, it was supposed to be with Doc, and he didn't show up.
Yeah. So have you won a championship yet at K Academy?
Nope.
All right, it's coming. Keep working.
Yeah, I think I burned the candle at both ends too much to win.
Hey man, do what you can to support your team at K Academy. That's how you're gonna get it done. That's how you're gonna get it done. But Jason, thank you so much for coming on. Your collection is amazing.
Thanks, guys.
I might have some. I'll send something else to you soon.
All right, I'd appreciate that.
I got you.
Position myself so you can see your jersey.
Yeah, that's that's all right. We'll get you something else out there.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, man. But yeah, no, that's big time stuff, man. Talk about Duke fans before we get up out of here. Talk about playing for the best fans in college basketball.
Yeah. So I mean, well, it first goes with starts off with the Cameron crazies, the people who are, in Cameron screaming their heads off, standing up the entire game, going crazy. Like their dedication, like they get in the game more than any fans have ever seen. Like they are a part of the game 100%. Then outside of that, it felt like every year we played in New York, and in New York, whenever you go there, it feels like it's a home game playing in the Garden. Everywhere we went in the NCAA tournament, it was filled with Duke fans, no matter what location it was in.
Yeah.
And then my first 2 years in the league, there's still every single city I've gone to, there's been at least one. Most of the time it's a few. Like there are Duke fans in the crowd everywhere, and they are screaming loud, holding up a sign, doing something. Like they are in every NBA city at every game, and
yeah,
it's awesome to see, and it's awesome to kind of feel that support no matter where you go. Like even though I'm removed from Duke, like Duke will never leave me. Even though I know I've graduated from Duke, like the fan support doesn't leave. They're still everywhere. So
yeah.
It's something that I'm constantly reminded to be grateful of.
Nah, you're spot on. Best fans in the world.
For sure.
What so last thing. For the incoming guys, somebody for the future wearing the Duke jersey, the Brotherhood jerseys, almost just like your hoodie you got on there.
Yeah.
Like what would you say to the young kid that's coming to Duke about wearing the Duke jersey? The pride, the care, like what would you say to a kid if you're right here in front of them?
Well, the most important thing is to remember to be appreciative and to have this attitude of gratefulness, right? And you just know that it's something that's earned. It's earned to wear that jersey. It's earned to be a part of the Duke team and be a part of the Duke Brotherhood. So, one, it's an awesome thing to commit to play to Duke. And then the other thing is like you have to represent and wear that jersey well. I watching The Last Dance. Michael said something about one of the teams that he was on in Chicago that had nothing to do with the first three that they had won, but they had kind of acted like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can be that can be something that you can fall into at Duke, right? Because you get there's 5 banners hanging up. There's names in the rafters of great players that came before you, right? Like Duke is supposed to be great, and so your part supposed to be great, but it's not great unless you make it that way. So you have to take ownership and being a part of playing at Duke now and make it great by your attitude you approach practice with, your receptiveness to like being coached by a coach, being yelled at, whatever it may be, and to being part of a group that's bigger than yourself, and to just earn those 4 letters across your chest.
I love it. Gee, you my dog, man. You my guy. Always. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you taking the time. I can't say out of your busy day because I know nobody's busy right now.
All you did was interrupt me playing some video.
Well fault. Well, get back to your video games, man. Again, thank you for taking the time. We'll sign out together. To everybody there around the world watching, Thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember to continue to practice social distancing, washing your hands. Enjoy this time with your families and loved ones. And to our professional healthcare providers out there on the front lines, thank you so much. We love y'all. G, you got anything for them?
No, just again, thank you for the support. I appreciate everyone I kept seeing the comments pop up during this. Thank you for everyone who's watching, commenting on it, and just stay safe out there.
Love it. Brotherhood, we out.
Yep.